Hi everybody, NadeWaster36 here on this glorious rainy day along with his friend
Super! And today we are going to be talking about the PS4. Yes, it was announced February 20th, 2013, last Wednesday, at their big old conference, and let's just say I'm pretty sure that everyone's excited for it.
Well, some of us. Anyways, through this video we're gonna give our own little opinions, hopefully, about this. Just about the gameplay, it's just NadeWaster36 going boss on Nuketown 2025 with the PDW. I hope you enjoy, but we're here to talk about the PS4. First of all, the PS4, the controller. On the controller is a touchpad, so it's like, what is it? The DSi or whatnot, where you have that little touchpad thing. So interesting.
I'm pretty sure there's one on the Vita as well. It's not a touch screen, it's a touchpad.
We'll talk about that in a minute or so. But anyways, I'm not sure. I'm kind of interested to see how they're gonna put that into the games. I mean, who knows what's gonna happen. The concave thumbsticks, as you know, PlayStation 3 does not have concave thumbsticks. Xbox 360 does though, so I mean it's gonna look more like the Xbox 360 thumbsticks. The light, I'm sorry, I'm reading off a piece of paper here. Don't really know what's happening, so
there's a light in the back of the controller which now shows, instead of the same colored light, apparently they're going to have different colors.
Ooh, different colors.
And it does appear that originally we thought that it was move, just purely move, and I think it is going to somehow contribute towards the move aspect of it. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But yeah, different colored lights for different players. Now moving on to a lot of the games that we saw. One interesting thing about this conference was that we saw a lot of games, which is very interesting. We figured that they were going to show us what the PlayStation 4 actually looked like, which they didn't, and maybe show us, a couple of games. But no, they showed us a bunch of games. First off is Killzone Shadowfall. I barely touched Killzone 3 and anything else, but graphically it looked great. It looked like a PC game. It had high attention to detail. Infamous Second Son was another one. I'm not sure if we actually saw any real gameplay from that, but the Infamous series is a really good series. Almost finished the first one. We'll probably get the second one soon, but I'm really excited for that. Next is Drive Club, a ridiculously detailed racing game that focuses around the aspect of playing with your friends. Apparently it's going to be like team-based as well, which I thought was interesting. Next is Knack. It looks a lot like a Ratchet and Clank game, but the guy who did the thing, he showed off the game, and he said, I have my own little creation. He seemed really excited about it. I mean, it looks interesting, but I don't think it's going to be anything that big. Next is Deep Down from Capcom. Now, this is they call it a Deep Down developing title, and this one probably has the most ambiguity about it, because essentially, the clip was this Viking, or not a Viking, but some sort of medieval warrior running, and there's this dragon, and it looked freaking amazing, to be honest. I mean, it looked great, but don't expect that game to come out for a while. It will definitely not be a launch title, seeing as how it's still in development. Next is Diablo 3. I haven't played Diablo 3, but it is coming out on both PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. It's currently out on PC, and I think Mac as well. So, that'll be interesting to see how they bring it to PlayStation 4. And then finally is Destiny, probably the one that I think people are most excited about from these games. Actually, there's one other that I just remembered. But anyways, Destiny is from Bungie, I believe, which is the company that made Halo. And yes, now they are coming to the PlayStation. And apparently there's also going to be exclusive content for the PlayStation, which is very interesting. So that's definitely something to get excited about. It looks great, but we don't have too much information on it, and it's already said that it's going to be released in 2014, so it will not be a launch title, but it will more than likely be released soon after. And the last one that I remembered is Watch Dogs, which pretty much just looks like, Grand Theft Auto. Not really, but it's the open world game of this generation. They showed some more gameplay of that. We originally thought that it was only going to be on the PS3, but it is coming to next gen, and it just flat out looks amazing. So that is it for the games. And one other big feature that they brought in was the share button. Pretty much allows...
Sharing is caring. That's why we're sharing our videos with you and our other information. Sharing is caring, everybody.
Yes, what Nade Waster said. Anyway, so the share button is a very interesting new feature. It was something that was rumored and leaked, and I honestly didn't think it was real. But apparently it is, and essentially it allows you to record something like 15 minutes of gameplay. You can live stream through Ustream, and pretty much it puts, you know, kind of a watered-down PVR capture card inside the PlayStation 4, which I think is something that's really cool.
Unfortunately, there has not been anything about it having any of that stuff to upload to YouTube. I mean,
or to Twitch, which are two big sites. And also, YouTube was not featured in the apps list under when they showed off some of the apps that they were going to be having on the PlayStation 4. So, I mean, YouTube is not confirmed as an app or through there. So maybe, you know, maybe Microsoft and YouTube have some kind of agreement. We don't know. But also, apparently, it is, you know, there's going to be a PlayStation Eye 2.0 type thing. It looks more like a bar than how the original Eye looked. But apparently, it's also going to show your face if you'd like it to. And one thing that I was actually really didn't like at all was the fact that it seems like they're trying to push the first name thing, kind of like YouTube has done. And I really don't like that. You know, I mean, I would much prefer to keep an alias than to have, you know, my real name out there to a bunch of people, because you never know who you're going to run into online. And I don't know, I mean, it's just sort of like, there are some people that I know that I can trust, but, you know, you never know. I did have someone threaten to find my URL, come to my house, and kill me once.
Was it Fat Mama or something like that?
It was
Chunky
called
Monkey?
Chunky Monkey, and I asked her why, if she was fat. Well, I thought it was going to be some 10-year-old kid, but it turned out that it was some angry black lady who threatened to kill me. But anyways,
no racism meant in that one.
No racism meant in that at all, but she was pretty angry. Anyway, so another thing...
I found it hysterical.
It was funny, but I didn't sleep for a couple days, but it's alright. Anyways, now on to downloading. This is a very interesting, very nice feature that they have implemented, is that apparently games will now download as you play them. So if you're downloading a game with 10 levels, essentially once the first level downloads, you can pretty much just hop into it while the other levels download. Apparently there's a background processor that will allow things to download in the background a lot more smoothly and a lot more frequently than in the past, which is I mean, it's great, considering they're really focusing on not having to wait to play games at all. You know, they just want you to be able to jump right in the second you get it, you know, just sort of download this game quickly. And another feature that they talked about is they think that, you know, they're going to try and know the player and predict what that player will like, which is something that's very interesting. Apparently they even said that games will almost always... that they will download games before you even want them based on your preferences, which sounds really interesting to me.
That might get on my nerves. I mean, based on my preference, maybe it's just one little game. It's like, ooh, that looks good, because of some reason, and then it downloads a bunch of stuff and wastes memory on your drive.
Yeah, that is true.
Stupid.
But this thing's going to have a lot of memory and stuff. I'm sure that they're not going to be downloading games left and right onto your system. You know, I think what they said is they might partially download some games or get them more ready based on your preferences. So if you pretty much have Call of Duty and Battlefield and Crysis on your system, and that's all you have, you know, when the next Call of Duty comes out, they're probably going to be downloading that for you. So anyways, another thing is this standby mode, which allows you to, you know, it doesn't fully turn off, and you can go right back into your games, which once again goes to that quickly get into the games thing. Remote play is also another interesting feature.
The PS Vita or Vista, whatever it is, I haven't really looked much into it. But apparently you can play on that now along with your PS3. So if your parents want to watch a movie, it's like, okay, you can, I guess, leave your PlayStation on, and then you can take your PS Vita and go to another room and keep playing on the exact same game.
Another interesting thing is, you know, they say that this might be for tablets and phones as well. If you're wondering what's going to come with the PlayStation 4, it will come with a controller, the Eye 2.0, and a headset. So they're really focusing on giving you a big package. And also, the price is still unknown. Release date is holiday 2013, which also suggests that the new Call of Duty game could be a launch game, which would be very interesting to see.
Okay, and this is all the time we have, so like for the Air Force, like for everything else, and we will see you in